Tales from the Darkside, Season 2, Episode 2, Lifebomb. An episode about a salesman that tries to sell an aging Fortune 500 businessman a contraption that makes sure that he can't die. Our main character is this guy, Ben Martin, who is a workaholic. He works all the time and doesn't really have time for family or friends, but this also means that he has heart problems, ulcers, and he's fearful that he's going to suffer a heart attack at some point and put himself into an early grave. Luckily for him, a businessman comes with a proposal, something he calls a life bomb, which he demonstrates in kind of a hilarious fashion. You just push a red button on your shirt, and all of a sudden, this gigantic airbag just springs out and protects you from anything that'll come at you. Someone shoots a gun at you, just hit life bomb. You're about to have a heart attack, just hit life bomb. You jump out of a 20-story building, I guess you use life bomb. Supposedly this is going to protect him from basically anything. Now, it looks ridiculous. It's a giant airbag. Then when he opens up the life bomb, it looks like it's just a memory foam sleeping bag. But he assures us this has oxygen. It's going to call an ambulance. It's bulletproof. And it can even get you CPR. How does a sleeping bag give you CPR? Just use your imagination. So he sells them on this idea of a life bomb. And interestingly enough, he doesn't charge him money. He says that Lifebomb is actually covered through his insurance. And we get kind of a commentary on insurance companies in general. In fact, Ben Martin is dealing with a settlement right now, where these families that suffered a mining accident are getting settlements from his company, and this is really pissing him off.
Nobody pointed a gun at those people and said, "You, be a miner." They knew the risk. That's why they pulled those wages.
Because this accident happened and he has to pay all these families money. So it's kind of talking about the insurance industry. It doesn't really take one side or the other as far as like being against or for private insurance, but it's maybe just talking about in general of how much of a hassle, whether you support it or not, private insurance can be. And we see from the way that he's treating these families that are getting this just settlement that Ben Martin's not a very nice guy.
And so we'll need to further explore the tax consequences of such a settlement before finalizing any agreement.
Seems kind of peculiar that this salesman would approach him for this life bomb contraption. The salesman tells him that over 1,000 people have this life bomb on them at all times, and it works kind of like a backpack that you wear under your shirt. But on this life bomb is through a surgery. They actually literally attach it to his skin and kind of staple it to his back. Kind of like the invention of that famous Shark Tank proposal that went so horribly wrong in the first season.
$1 million for a 15% ownership stake in the technology. Yeah. What we have developed is a implantable Bluetooth technology. If you are one of the 40% of the users of Bluetooth technology that currently own it, you know that just the natural rhythm, walking many times, and perspiration, the technology will fall off your ear.
I'm sorry, where are you implanting this into another device? What are you implanting this into?
No, it's actually going into your ear.
In your ear how? You're pushing it in?
If I could direct your attention to the first slide, here's the surgery locations. This is just underneath the earlobe.
The surgery location?
This is surgery. You would be under anesthesia.
How do I charge it every night?
So we have the AC charging port.
Can you stick that needle in your head every night to charge it?
Yes, you would.
So after they put him through surgery and now he has this life bomb, he continues on working and continues getting heart attacks. And that's kind of where the episode ends. You know, I thought they might do like a Groundhog situation where Bill Murray, knowing that it's going to be Groundhog Day, just starts acting reckless. Just starts drinking and driving, just starts harassing people. Like, he can do whatever the hell he wants. It's going to be Groundhog Day. He can just redo it the next day. But he doesn't really do anything like that. He doesn't jump out of a window. He doesn't like try to rob a bank or anything like that. He just kind of keeps on working, keeps on smoking, and keeps going through the cycle of the life bomb going off, saving him from this heart attack. The life bomb is actually attached to his actual body, stapled to his actual skin, and monitors his heart rate and blood pressure. I think the idea for this episode is so original that it actually pushes it past most other episodes into the 6 or 7 range. They could have done more with this concept, as I mentioned before, make him go buck wild, but they don't do that. They have an interesting comeuppance at the end that I don't think exactly works. So he has this life bomb, and the guy explains.
Insurance companies listened. The National Association of Life Insurance Underwriters. They pay for everything. You're a businessman, add it up. It's cheaper to keep you alive. You're a high risk. If you die, the insurers lose $15 million.
that, as he mentioned before, the insurance companies are paying for this because it actually helps them keep their insurance rates low and having them not to have to pay out life insurance for someone like Ben, who mentions he has his entire family on this life insurance policy, and they'll give a huge payout if he dies. So the life insurance company is paying for this Lifebomb for a lot of the Fortune 500 and rich people in the United States so that they don't die and have to pay out the life insurance policies. Once again, pretty clever and well thought out. Would this actually happen in real life? No, of course not, but it's at least a explanation. Though something like Elon Musk's Neuralink going to become available at some point, who knows? At the end, he has his wife leave him, and he seems to really not enjoy that this life bomb going off and saving him. I'm not exactly sure why. I mean, I would assume it'd be better to at least live a little bit longer. And they even mention that if he drops his life insurance and if he quits his company, that he can have this life bomb taken off of him if he really, really needs that. Since every time it goes off, they have to replace it with a new one and do another surgery. I guess maybe it's supposed to be really, really uncomfortable, but this isn't really explained very well. He says at the end that he actually just wants to die, but they keep saving him with this life bomb. Once again, I'm not really exactly sure why it's so bad to have this life bomb go off. It seems like it would be kind of awesome. So I don't think the comeuppance tale exactly really works. But I still think Life Bomb's a pretty good episode. I'm going to give it a high 6 out of 10. On the concept alone, this could definitely be fleshed out into a full-fledged movie. The character Ben Martin was played by Bill Macy, who in real life was married to Samantha Harper, who actually plays his assistant in this episode. Ah, I see what you did there, Tales from the Darkside. He's most known for playing the character Walter in 141 episodes of the All in the Family spinoff Maude. See, All in the Family was the right-wing show, Maude was the left-wing show, sorta.
I know that I cannot put up with a whole weekend of your archaic views on gay people.
What's wrong with my views on gay people? Do you approve of homosexuals?
Arthur, it doesn't matter whether I approve or I disapprove. They are human beings, they exist. It's like asking me if I approve of dwarfs.
Well, that's different. There's no such thing as gay dwarfs.
Come on, Arthur, you've read Snow White.
He was also in the Steve Martin movie, The Jerk, and he passed away in 2019, so R.I.P. Next up is a rare fantasy episode of Tales from the Darkside called Ring Around the Redhead that I have a lot to say about because it is another very intriguing concept. It really feels like it's trying to do like a Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, Witch, in the Wardrobe, where this girl keeps jumping in and out of this ring and going into different universes. And check out our playlist for all the episodes of Tales from the Darkside, Fear Itself, and Monsters in Order.